Hello, I'm gonna jump into a Monday update video, talk about some of the stuff that I was looking to play out yesterday that did play out. It played out exactly how I outlined in the stream. No clout though. Know why? Because I fucked it up. Fucked it up. Clumsy, new-ish trader. Woke up to an alert from a paid group that I am. I'm not particularly community trusts this guy, and he closed his ETH long. So I saw it, and in my half asleep state, I closed my ETH long. Shit makes my blood boil, and that is something I'm working on because emotions and trading do not mix. Emotions and trading do not mix. So enough of that. No more of that. No more of that. So, anyways, let's move on. Let's keep it going. Monday update. Let's get into it. I'm gonna stick Bitcoin, Bitcoin and ETH, Bitcoin and ETH. I might look at my algo trade just because that was the one that I did keep open. Oh, and I have an ES trade that's open still from last week that looks to be going good. Let's see. Before anything though, important to note that good to the calendar is tomorrow that we have CPI data, consumer price index. How much is it costing consumers to consume? How much does gas cost? How much do groceries cost? I don't know the full details, but that's what this stuff outlines. So we will see tomorrow, 5:30 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We're going to see some volatility in the chart there, but then comes the Wednesday FOMC, FOMC meetings, economic projections, volatility comes out good. Stocks, crypto will go rocket, but not before they stop everybody else out on the bottom side. And if they're going to dump, they're going to try to stop everybody out on the top side. So be very careful of that. Watch for it. If you want to trade it, watch for it to dump, then enter, or watch for it to pump and then enter if you're trying to short it, right? Or you can just sit from the sidelines. Not quite sure what I'm going to do yet. So just to know, the next 2 days, 5:30 a.m. tomorrow, then 11 a.m. on Wednesday. It's going to get bloody. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's go to the 12-hour chart. 12-hour chart came down looking for that 3 tap off of here. We got it. Went up. This again looks like another impulsive move. I mark my liquidity, as you can see the teal. Things to look for on the downside, we have this NPOC that's still camping out there. I was kind of thinking maybe we'd sweep into that, take it. We didn't get that. Yellow line is 2 weeks ago high, 2 weeks ago low. Blue dotted lines, last week's range. 80% of the time we take out last week's high or at last week's low, we're again above the midline. So I'm thinking that we're headed up. I think that we're going to get some good news tomorrow. And I think that we are going to head up. I am looking for longs. Let's get to the 4-hour chart. So this looks like an impulse move to me. This looks like an impulse move. Kind of like trickles down and then impulse up. So I am hoping that we come down to the mid. Red is Monday's range. Marking my liquidity, the teal out like this helps me visualize what stops are likely to be blown out. Just less liquidity. There's still this down here, and there's like this bleed up. But that helps me visualize where I think that we're headed. The green where we bounced is the mid of this big range here. So I think we at least blow these stops here. So what am I doing? I am looking for, I'm looking for longs right here and here. I'm really disappointed in myself. I traded ETH rather than Bitcoin, but I was in down here. So, right, and then Sunday stream, we drew this box out, right? Tapped right off of it and went. I kind of thought we were going to get a sweep a little lower, but also you could see that here we have this high that created the low. Then when we broke market structure here, broke market structure there. One of these guys, right? So the high that swept the low, when we broke this market structure, came up, we came back down, retested this little block right here, and then off to the moon. I was awake enough that I think that I could have done that. Maybe I was out of it already by then, or maybe it had moved already a little bit too much. But so anyways, here we can see the green dotted lines are weekly open. I'm expecting the weekly open the mid of Monday and then the mid of last week's range to act as support. Maybe coming down as far as this quarter right here. Just there's a lot of support right here. There's a lot of support. And then also if you go to the 4 hour, we had this all acting up here is resistance, resistance, resistance. Now it's support, support, support. Now we're up here again. On top of this consolidation right here, you could draw a box similar. You could draw a box something. You could draw a box something like this here. Where can I zap it? There it is. Could draw a box something like this. You know, and here we are on top of that again. Up here, consolidated above it. Don't really need the box because we have the last week's open, this week's open. We have all of this right here. Came up, you know, the bearish argument is that we came up and we hit this up before the down that broke market structure, bearish retest, then dump. That's the bearish argument. I don't think with how this looks like an impulse candle and wasn't just a wick, I think we're going to get down into here and I'm going to look to long. That's what I got on Bitcoin. I'm looking for longs in here. You know, we could pull down. There is this liquidity sitting down here. I don't like that very much. I don't like that very much. I'd be curious to see if we end up taking that out. But here's a box that I can draw if I want to use a box. And I'm going to be looking for... I'm going to be looking for a price to come tap this box. But it might not. Otherwise, we have a breaker right here. It's looking maybe like this is going to be the preferred. I'm going to get rid of this because I don't think that this looked like a rejection, so to say. It wasn't just like a wick into it, then down. I know it's there, but here's the breaker. So again, right here, somewhere in this, I'm going to look for some turnaround price action. So this spot would be good. This spot would be good. Otherwise, just allowing it to come down into these dotted lines there. Jump over to ETH. Similar situation on ETH. I'm looking for the weekly open. I'm looking for the mid of the last week's range. I'm looking for the Monday mid range, looking for that. And ETH has a lot of liquidity to the upside to be blown out. Again, I don't like that it curves like that. And here was the 3 tap on ETH, right? It's tap, deviation up over, then tap again. Rec proof. It has a lot of write-ups on that stuff. Again, ETH has a NPOC sitting below there. You want to go and take a look at it. These that's the downside argument is that NPOC sitting right there, right? I don't know. There's a lot of them to the upside, but if that NPOC wasn't there, then I'd be 100% confident. But that's sitting there with this liquidity that is sitting here, like that. These like bleeds up. I don't like these bleed ups, right? So I think maybe with CPI data, maybe we do some crazy shit, right? I don't know. Go whip through it, right? Could be possible. There's probably a lot of longs sitting there. Haven't been the biggest fan of this. Not that I'm not a fan, but let's look what High Block has to say. Huh. Doesn't look like all that many people longed right there. It's kind of interesting. Maybe because of CPI data coming up. But we did do a good job stopping out these longs here. Makes sense. Yeah, I think we coming for you. Coming for you. Surprised that there's not more liquidity sitting down here on this run up, but I don't make the liquidity. I get made liquidity of, but I'm not a cool liquidity maker. I mean, there are people stopping me out. They're getting lunch money, the granularity up. So I don't know. According to this, there's more longs to stop out, but I think that we're good for a run higher. Quote me on that if I'm right. Quote me on that if I'm wrong. Because you'll learn. Even man, I don't know. Trader Main's the only one. Trader Main's the only one who I consistently see get shit right. Here's ETH. Similar story. I want to see that get taken out. 1310, 1308. Coming for you. That's what I think. So, looking for some turnaround price action eventually in here. And what's that going to look like? It's going to look like I don't know, coming down to the levels of interest. But ultimately, it's going to be an SFP like that, SFP, you can wait for the break in market structure. So I don't know, like right here, if we go and we reclaim the monthly open, that might be it right there to long it. I would be much more comfortable doing it down here. I'd really like to see this bleed down. It might be trying to do that off the top of the breaker. And sometimes you'll get stuff that seems like it's trying to happen here because people are already getting antsy to do it. So I don't know. I'm not going to do it unless it comes down a little bit more. But that is, right? That is that breaker. And people are trying to say, hey, now's the time. Now's the time. That's why people are trying to move it up. But it might not be yet, right? Close this fair value gap, come down right down into here. Nice. That's what I'm looking for, is longs down in here. Targets all the way up. Target all the way up here at 1310. Really upset. This was where I longed ETH yesterday, 1346, and then I closed somewhere, I don't know, whatever. I fumbled it, longed it, closed it. That was it. 100% of trades not made. Taken. 100% of trades not taken are trades not profitable. Okay. I have some hopes that Algorand does something here. Unlike the other coins, fuck. No, I guess like all the other coins, Algorand's got an NPOC. So I don't know. I'd like to see Algorand pull down into here and then go. But Algorand, I don't know. Call it a emotional attachment at this point. But I've been trying to long this thing for a while now. Might not be worth it just based off of higher time frame. PA. Just really would like to see one rip up. Like, come on. It's just been bleeding. Give me a rip. If this doesn't work out, the next target's down here, then I don't know, right? We took this liquidity out. I thought that would be good for a rip. We took this spot out. Thought that would be, and I don't even know if it's liquidity. Haven't been that far back, but anyways, that's the only altcoin I'm going to talk about. Here you can see on the weekly, that's where I get my range from and that value. Right, I think we're headed up. Otherwise, come down and take that out. So, on the ES, I don't think I ever changed my ranges on the ES. Let's do that now. Go to the daily. Lasted through that low there. Came down, retested this high, right? And on the way up, right? Trader Main, he said if we blow through these equal lows, he's going to be looking to long up through here, up through the 100-day moving average right there. 100-day moving average. We're on the daily, so he doesn't say the 100-day moving average. Let's see. But 100 week. So we came, bounced off the 100. Here we are again at the 200. So I don't know, maybe some ping pong in there. Go back to the weekly. It's the 2 week, 1 week. All right, so I'm looking to hit as a target. I longed down here. I'm looking for a target up here. 4,200, blow up this high right here. That's my target for ES. See, we broke this trend line right here. Pretty excited about that. I'm in it from down here. So this trade was good for me. Still is good. Glad to be in it. Just got my feet wet trading ES, so we'll see how that goes. DEC22, I don't know. Kind of looks like some of these shit coins I've been trying to trade just bleeding down. You could try to think this is going to reclaim, but this kind of looks like it's just on its way down for some more. Can't get strength up. That's what I got for the coins. A little something special I got for you is we'll take a look quick into some of these discords that I'm in. Just specifically Trader Main. So it was cool. He didn't post this till 2:16 today. But yeah, this is that same block I had drawn out, same area. He said he was going to chart it on Twitter. Right. So he said Newsweek, expecting volatility. Finally, would love to see a push down on risk to sweep some lows before continuing the upside, right? So here we got that push down, right? So I don't know if he longed, but that was the same stuff I had drawn out. Pretty pumped to know that I've been drawing the same stuff out that he has. And here's the same ETH version with the same block I had drawn. So I'm like pretty pumped at least that I had the spots without his help, right? And then here is we run those equal lows on SPX, right? I'm a buyer towards 4175 liquidity, right? So he's good up to here too. So maybe this will be a nice killer trade for me. I only just bought 2 lots. I'm just getting my feet wet, so it's like an $8,000 trade. Right? So what does that even add up to? I don't know. So that'd be like $300 profit for me on those guys. It's not a whole bunch. You probably have to use a little more leverage trading the stock market. So this is Mr. Trader Main. Also, if you want to get into his Discord, all you have to do is sign up using his Prime XBT link. Hold on 1 second. All right, I'm back. Yeah, so you got to sign up to get into Trader Main's Discord, Prime XBT. You use his link. But anyways, in his Discord, you get some charts from him. You get some education, right? Of course, that's good. But the real valuable stuff is his charts. He hits like 80-90%. Like out of all the different Discords, I'm in Trader Main's where it's at. And he's got Trader SU1, ZS1, different than SC, right? But he also kills it. You can see he got some shorts in on that, right? Yeah. So he's making money. These two guys are phenomenal. Then we've got the Rec Proof, the paid Discord. I don't know. I'm not making money really doing that, trying to follow his trades. But so here's some confluences. He's looking for us to hold on that weekly open. So I'm still learning things from these guys, even if I'm not making money. Trader may not make money following him, but Trader Rec Proof not so much. But anyway, so he's looking for Monday's range form. Let's see if price can hold above weekly open. So some confluence there. And then that is a target, right? So hopefully I can get in along price. So in here, he said price missed NPOC. So that's around Monday's low. Would like to see that taken out before looking longs up. So yeah, this is another thing that I talked with you guys about early in the stream is that that both BTC and ETH missed this NPOC that's right here, right? So I'm learning being in their stuff, but so far I've made I've lost money trying to follow Rec Proof too closely. All right. Let's see what else. Rect has let's see. Yeah, so this is this. I talked about on my Sunday stream. I was looking for this. So we're looking for his power of 3, the range, manipulation, expansion, right? So if we get above here, if we take out those highs, I'm for sure looking to look for reasons to short in the 1350 area right there that you see in the red. Rec Proof has all this for free in his Discord, the education stuff. Let's see where it is. I guess I'm not quite sure where you'd find it, but let's see. Another guy who's worth following is the War Room SMFX. He kills it and he scalps. So if you're looking for some scalps, get in here. If you're looking for some scalps, get in here. It looks like he caught this ETH. He caught this right here. Boom, 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 boom. In it, right? So yeah, right. ETH is SMFX. If you're looking for some solid scalp, especially if you're not in the US, he's in Australia. He is the guy to learn his strategy. I've been most helped by his strategy. The one last thing that I will talk about, let's see. One last thing that I'll talk about is I paid for tradingright.com by Abe Trade. I paid for his blueprint. It's blueprint. It's like an instruction manual on how to trade, and it has been really valuable. I'm looking forward to learning about open interest and delta and uh CBD community. So like some of this stuff that seems like Chinese to me, I've been learning about it here, and it's been the best $300 I've spent so far in crypto. All right, that is all I've got for you guys. Hopefully we catch some longs this week. Hopefully we hopefully we make some money. I'm feeling under the weather. I hope I'm not getting sick, but even if I am, power through it. Not a wussy. All right, you guys have a good rest of your night. Have a good week. See ya.